Blessings, my friends. Very, very nice to have you guys here. Trying to be in a position where you can see me as well as the altar. Perhaps move that pillow so it makes me a little bit too high. Okay. Yes, I want to be visible as well. So let's see. So in today's ceremony, we will be learning a little bit about Blue Lotus first and doing a little ceremony. Bear with me, you'll be able to see me in a moment, hopefully. So let's see. Let's see, where should I be? I want you to see the altar, but also me, so it's a little bit difficult. At the moment. Okay. How are we? How are we, guys? How are we? Okay, I think you can see me now. Hello and welcome. Okay, so excuse me, just trying to, you know, embody the Egyptian part of the ceremony. And of course have my Blue Lotus talisman on at the moment. We are going to be talking about Blue Lotus, so I will be talking about Blue Lotus and, you know, showing you my Blue Lotus talisman, which are very nice. But let's begin by lighting our candle, because I think that will be very nice. If you guys can see, we have our very beautiful altar piece here. You can see it. It's like an eye, hands and a sun, okay? With a very beautiful candle. So we're going to light that. Have a nice candle on our altar there. Now, we have a blue candle because it's Blue Lotus, but our ideas here, our intentions here, okay, are very sacral and third eye based, as you probably know. Okay, so let me get my chat up. I have the chat there, so that's fine anyway. Should be okay. That one's always a bit more updated, so we may stick with that one. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I know. Sorry. I know we're doing some releases when, you know, where we are working a little bit on our chakras on ourselves, and I know that can come with a little bit of sensations, feelings, you know, releases and things like that. So hello Jan, hello Kevin, Aisha. We may be doing a crystal ball after this. It's either going to be at the end of this, or if I'm really hungry I might jump off for a little bit. First, that candle is really going. Oh my, oh, it's wonderful. It's actually crazy. But we're going to have, I always say witchcraft is a fire hazard. It's very nice though. If you were doing like candle gazing, that would be a good flame. Okay, so yes, so Kevin says love the setup, thank you very much. Jan, feeling a bit more energised after my coffee, that's good. Messed up my sleep schedule a lot today. Oh my, oh my. Sadia, you look amazing in Egyptian. Thank you very much. Yes, and Jan, sorry, thank you for helping with moderation there, moderating. So let's have a little look at Blue Lotus first. So, like I said, have the Blue Lotus talisman. We have a couple have sold so far, but we still have one of each shape left. So we have triangle, moon, strange kind of triangle. Don't know what shape that's called. Rectangle, that's my favourite one, and a heart. So these are to help with protection, the third eye, and the sacral. So rarely focusing on the sacral lately. And they have Blue Lotus in them, and they also are charged with Reiki for third eye and sacral. Yes, upside down house. That's a perfect name for the shape. Yeah, no idea what to call it, to be honest. Okay, so Blue Lotus talisman we have. The Blue Lotus flower, so you may see, if you can see the altar well enough, some dried blue lotus here. Very, very nice. Oh, the wine's in the kitchen, that's fine. Okay, so the Blue Lotus does have another name. I should do the pronunciation of it. You know what I'm like? I do not like to pronounce things wrong. I think it's a little bit disrespectful. So it has another name, you know, it's kind of like, maybe it's Latin or something, they usually are. It's native to Egypt and parts of northern and southeast Asia. It grows in muddy waters and blooms with a gorgeous blue colour and sweet fragrance. I don't like the fragrance when it's dry, but perhaps when it blooms it is. Happy Valentine's Day! Yes, happy Valentine's Day. Perhaps when it blooms it does smell like, you know, when it's fresh. So the ancient Egyptians associated the blue lotus with the sun god Ra, okay? So this is why we have our sun here, the sun god Ra, who was believed to have emerged from a blue lotus at the beginning of creation, okay? So there is a really deep meaning of blue lotus in Egyptian ceremony, in Egyptian occultism of the past. I actually know that at least one of you has had a past life in Egypt where you did ceremonies, you did use blue lotus. And that's Kevin, if Kevin's here. I recall that past life reading. So the blue lotus was also a symbol of rebirth, as it closed its petals at night and opened them again at dawn, okay? So yeah, it's a very, very interesting plant. It doesn't bloom for long. It's very, very sacred in Egypt, and especially ancient Egypt. The blue lotus was often depicted in art, in hieroglyphs, and was used in religious ceremonies and rituals like we're going to do now. So I'm going to show you my little video. Hopefully, just let me know, can you still hear me? Can you hear me as you're watching that? Can you still hear my voice? Happy Valentine's Day! Theodora, yes. Kevin remembers the reading, okay. You guys can hear me, yes? Is that correct? Can you guys hear me? Okay, so the blue lotus flower was not only admired for its appearance, but also for its effects on the mind and the body. So, the blue, especially the third eye and the sacral, so like I'm saying, third eye and sacral, very, very third eye and sacral. The blue lotus contains psychoactive alkaloid, which I can't pronounce, a porphyrin, maybe, a porphyrin, apophine, something like that. So it does have a psychoactive alkaloid in it. It's very, very mild, and some people smoke it, some people have it as a tea. I've never done that. I don't like the smell of it dry, so I wouldn't have it as a tea, which is why we have the wine. So I will just, oh, it looks like I've spilled it. Oh my. So we'll get to the wine in a moment. I have, very unlike me, but do like a little bit of wine every now and then on occasion. So especially the third eye and sacral, like I said, and the psychoactive alkaloid, which can induce a state of relaxation, euphoria, and dreamlike visions. The ancient Egyptians used blue lotus as a recreational and ceremonial plant medicine, often soaking it in wine, like I have here, or water to extract its essence. You will notice if you buy tinctures, like I have the vervain tincture, they are very often in alcohol. So alcohol is a very good way to extract most kind of chemicals and things, natural alkaloids out of plants and things like that, you will notice that a lot of tinctures do have alcohol. Alcohol is very good at extraction in that way, which is why we've opted for wine and not having a tea. So the ancient Egyptians used blue lotus as recreational and ceremonial plant medicine, often soaking in wine or water to extract its essence. The blue lotus was said to enhance spiritual awareness and communication with the gods, okay? So we are focusing on, we have the blue candle, it's communication, we have the sun representing Ra, we are focusing on our higher energy because we have the third eye as well. So I know I'm focusing more on the sacral for your intimate relationships, but we do not forget about the third eye when we use blue lotus. As you can see, we have our third eye singing bowl here. The blue lotus flower has also been linked to some occult practices and beliefs, like we have now, such as magic, alchemy, and astrology. The blue lotus was considered to be a sacred plant and could open the third eye and activate the pineal gland. Also, it's used to clear and balance the sacral chakra to improve intimate and divine connections. The blue lotus was also associated with the element of water, so you may know that often herbs, spirit guides, things like that, do associate with certain elements a lot of the time. So it's associated with water, it comes from water, so that makes sense. So the zodiac sign of Aquarius as well, the water bearer, and the planet of Uranus as well, which represents innovation, freedom, and transformation. Some occultists believe that blue lotus could help them achieve enlightenment, transcendence, and immortality. Not only was it drunk in teas and wines, but it was kept as a talisman to help the third eye and the sacral as well, the intuition and the intimate connections. So that's my article, by the way, on my website. So I'm reading something I wrote, don't worry, I'm not just I'm not plagiarising anyone here. So that's a little bit about blue lotus. I hope that it was informative. Oh, interesting. And thank you for saying you can still hear me. So I hope everyone saw the video as well, because I thought it was really special to put the little lily pads and plants in the singing bowl, because that is how blue lotus blooms. It's exactly how it blooms. So thank you guys. So which of us have been queens in Egypt? That's very interesting. That could be a specific past life reading. We could do that. We could do a Egyptian past life reading, see who's been queens, occultists, and things like that. Very interesting. I know some people were some people that I've read for here before have been from Egypt, Atlantis, and Lemuria, and guided portals as well, because there was portals in Egypt that were guided, and I know that some of you have had a lifetime like that. So if I've told you that you had a lifetime protecting the portals, you probably did have blue lotus. I would love to dress up as Cleopatra. This is from Amazon. The only thing I'd say about it, the things do fall off quite easily with this, so but I super glue them back on when I can. I don't know where that one's gone. But yes, this is just from Amazon. It's pretty cheap. Jasmine, so would you say I could infuse wine with other herbs? I really don't like tea, but use it when yes. So I won't lie, I really do like red wine. I like the taste of red wine. I'm not a big drinker, but when I do drink, sorry, that's like sticking out. So when I do drink, I do opt for red wine. I am, a wine person when it comes to alcohol. And I also do apologise if anyone is in recovery, if anyone watching this or anyone watching back is in recovery from alcohol. Then of course I wouldn't recommend tinctures or anything alcohol based. I would then recommend you to have a tea. So just to be clear about that. So this is the wine. I filtered it, as you saw the bottle. It had all bits in it, but this is the filtered wine here. So I'm going to drink this with Leon, mostly with Leon after the stream. We have that bottle that I showed you, but I'm going to have a little bit of it for the ceremony here. Yeah, so it's interesting. I can taste the blue lotus. It is, we have had this before, very, very long time ago. I can taste the blue lotus. It does make the wine taste a little bit different, but it's definitely better than having a tea. Or some people smoke it, but that's not my thing to smoke. So let's see. But yes, I would say because alcohol is very good at extraction, if you do want to focus on making any kind of tinctures and you're okay with drinking, you don't mind having a drink every now and then, I would recommend wine for that. So Sadia says Lotus is an amazing plant in my country. We use its flower in many ways. Its seed, flower for fragrance, and its stem is for food. We considered it a... Oh yes! I think I've... Where are you from? I think I tried that in a... trying to remember the restaurant. It was a... I think we were looking for a Chinese restaurant and we didn't find one. We found something else. And I think we had deep fried lotus. I'm pretty sure we did have it in the stem, you know, the stem. Sound like it has a beautiful energy. Yes, very beautiful energy. That's the thing. I feel very connected as well to Blue Lotus. And it might be because I'm naturally a lucid dreamer. So a lot of people do use it for lucid dreaming. But I just want to advocate and let everyone know it's good for the sacral as well. So the sacral, I do still have the sacral singing bowl here. And of course the sacral frequencies. So we'll do some frequency work again. Very into our frequencies at the moment. KK, I definitely feel a strong draw to Egypt and the Blue Lotus. Yes. So you may have had. That'll be interesting. If anyone does feel a very strong draw to Egypt and you haven't had a reading off me yet saying you were there, then keep that in mind and maybe we could do that on the next past life reading. We could check that. So far we need palm reading because there's many people that want to be on that. We need a past life reading and we need a star seed reading. So we're going to get those in as well soon. Okay. No alcohol, nothing addictive, teas for me. Yeah, and for some people it's like that. I feel I'm not like all or nothing kind of person. I'm a moderation and responsible kind of person. Venus, what is in the pendant apart from Blue Lotus and Vervain? Just resin. So it's Blue Lotus, Vervain, Blue Lotus herb, Vervain tincture dropped into there, and then they're just charged with Reiki. So I do Reiki, charge them with Reiki for third eye and sacral. So they have protection, they have Reiki, and they have herbs. But there's nothing else in terms of herbs. It's just resin. So it's a resin made with resin. Kevin says that's interesting. When you first posted about Blue Lotus, I was instantly drawn to it. Yeah, I think the thing is that the main portals that we used to use when we were more multiplanetary were Egypt, Atlantis, and Lemuria. So that's why so many of us feel connected to there. Because even if you were Lyran, you would spend time there. If you were an occultist back then, you would spend time there. If you were a keeper of the portals, you would spend time there. So there's many of us that have a draw and a connection to there, definitely. Jasmine says, not a big drinker either, but I do love wine. And this would motivate me to do more in my practices. Yes. And you will notice as well in ancient practices and more, old practices when you read books and things, wine does come into play quite a lot. And if you don't have an addictive personality and you're very healthy otherwise, I think a drink every now and then is okay. I'm not, like I said, I'm not an all or nothing person. I'm a moderation and responsibility kind of person. I'm very self-controlled and self-aware in this, like this, luckily, in things like this. Good, yes, absolutely. You do need to be. And if you're not a person who likes alcohol, you're someone who has recovery or any kind of issues like that, absolutely make the tea instead. So, okay. So, what we're going to do now, so I've explained about Blue Lotus. I think I just wanted to talk a little bit about the goddess, so bear with me for a second. So, it's interesting because, let me just find it. Bear with me one moment. Yes, so this was the other thing I wanted to mention. Qetesh. Let me just ensure that I'm pronouncing that correctly now. Been a long time since I wrote it, and I always want to make sure I'm pronouncing things properly, because I think it's respectful. Let's see if we can pronounce it. Usually it just takes you to like Qetesh, okay, so it didn't get a sound one, but just being told. Okay, so Qetesh was a goddess, especially connected to sensual energy codes. So, you know, sometimes we forget that there are gods and goddesses of things like sex or like sensual things, you know, intimate connections. There is gods and goddesses we can connect with in that area as well, in that region. And really kind of, I suppose, bridging the gap between you know, because I'm advocate against things like porn, things that are like, you know, things that kind of ruin people's intimate connections, things that ruin like the realness of intimate connections. Not that like I don't have an issue with anyone who does it or, you know, is interested. You know, that's your thing and that's fine. But personally for me, I feel like there should be a very divine connection. When we're having an intimate connection, it should be very divine, you know? So Qetesh was a goddess especially connected to sensual energy codes, who was incorporated into the ancient Egypt religion in the late Bronze Age from the Canaanite religion. Her name was likely developed by the Egyptians and was said to mean holy or blessed. She was a goddess of nature, beauty, sexual pleasure and ecstasy. She was often depicted as a naked woman, standing or riding on the back of a lion, holding snakes, blue lotus flowers, or a mirror, and wearing a crescent moon, a Hathor wig or a sun disc on her head. She was associated with the male Min, an Egyptian god of fertility and sexuality. So, yeah, so we do have gods and goddesses we can connect with still, even if we are focusing on things like that, or divine and intimate connections. So let's see what you guys are saying here. Theodora, can I give a suggestion? Probably you could collaborate with an artist who does lamp work in your area to make beads of the same sort, like the pendants, and then it could be included in different jewellery. I would love to include beads like this in my jewellery. So do you mean make beads with blue lotus in? I'm not 100% on that, but yes, so some people are a lot more creative than me, a lot more creative in terms of so I'm kind of creative in the way of like writing things, doing like sessions and things like that. I'm not a big craft person, you know? So these I do focus very, how do I say? I focus very productively, like I'm like it's for a purpose, you know? I'm not trying to make the necklaces like the most amazing looking. It's more, I do like that they just look like a normal necklace and it's not, you know, it doesn't look like something crazy or occulty, you know? It doesn't look like something magical. It could just pass as a normal necklace, if you can see it. And that's what I like about it. It's quite kind of simple. It could pass as a normal necklace, but absolutely, you guys get creative. Really nice. Yeah, amazing. So making, yeah, I suppose I think maybe I could do that. But yes, so blue lotus talisman there for protection, for third eye, and for the sacral. So yes, so what we will do is we will do some sound healing. So I know we did start on the sound healing in the last session. Didn't really intend to do so much, but it did feel needed. It did feel needed. So I would like you guys to comment or put an emoji in the chat if you have a particular purpose. Like, are you someone who, so let me know like kind of your purpose. So were you drawn to blue lotus in Egypt just kind of intuitively? Did you come here because of the third eye or of the sacral? So if you came here for a specific reason, your sacral needs a bit of work, your third eye needs a bit of work, your intimate connections need a bit of work, or you're just drawn to blue lotus and Egyptian gods and goddesses. So just a little reason of what you would like, because we will do a little meditation and some sound healing, like I said. So our candle's kind of steady now, which is nice. And cheers, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. Sacral and third eye and intimate connections. Wonderful. So yeah, I would just like to kind of know the difference between those who are drawn to ancient Egypt and those who really want some kind of healing done, because as you know, I'm kind of dressed up here. I have the Egyptian headdress on, I have my cape on, and someone did say earlier that they would like to dress as Cleopatra, and these things are really powerful in ritual, okay? So they're really powerful. What I like to do, you should never think of yourself below things, okay? So a lot of people in a ritual, in a prayer, in a meditation, will worship a god or a goddess, okay? So they will worship. So they will, oh, I want to work with Qetesh, let's say, because we're speaking about Qetesh here. So I want to work with Qetesh, so I'm going to raise my energy up to her and worship her. And I would tell you not to do that, okay? So when we work with a god or goddess, you should be embodying them. So you're taking on their energy, you're being an aspect of them, you're in a way imitating them, but in a very powerful, positive way. You're embodying, okay? So it's a bit stronger than imitating, it's embodying. And that's a really important thing that I would say that I have learned, is you are not below the higher energies. You need to really understand and feel that you are with those higher energies, okay? So if you are going to join in any kind of ceremonial thing as we progress here, doing our sound healing, then you're very welcome to maybe find a picture of Qetesh on your phone, on your computer, whatever it is. If you do feel drawn to embody the goddess, she is very opening and welcoming for you to embody her. You may also be more inclined to Cleopatra, like someone said, Sekhmet maybe. If you're Egyptian and Lyran, you might want to embody Sekhmet. Isis, we have Isis here as well. So any Egyptian god or goddess that you feel a draw to. And don't worry as well too much about gender. If you are female, you're in your divine female energy, you really feel that, but maybe you want to embody Min, you know, the god. That's okay. Embody the god, you know? So it's okay to do that. Just to let you know, you can do female, male, any gender of god or goddess that you wish, that you feel drawn to. But in this ceremony, please keep it as an Egyptian. If you're going to focus on a god or goddess, we're focusing on Egyptian at the moment. We're in that energy, okay? So I just want to see you guys' purposes here. So let me scroll up a little bit. So we do have Reiki and Blue Lotus and Vervain. Vervain is amazing. It is very protective. So Jan says sacral and third eye, intimate connections. So in the previous session, I focused more on the heart chakra, which is this one here. In this one, I'm going to be focusing more on the sacral. Okay, sacral. And the third eye, of course. So Jess says, my purpose is I'm drawn to it because of its higher dimensions, connections like shifting, lucid dreaming. So of course I'm advocating for the sacral part of it because that's kind of lesser known about the Blue Lotus, but you're very, very welcome to be, you know, maybe your affirmation is you want to improve your lucid dreaming and things like that. That's fine. That kind of is incorporated in our symbols here and our third eye here, of course. Sherry was drawn to Blue Lotus, that's fine. So we have a ton of Blue Lotus here. And Kevin, I'm drawn to third eye and sacral for this one. Yes, so sacral will be main focus. Jasmine, I'm drawn to Blue Lotus and Egyptian gods and goddesses. I also want to work on my third eye as much as possible. Yes. Pagati, both Egypt, Queen, Empress, and healing. Watch Geeks, for me I think third eye. That little experience in the last session ended up in me wandering off with some of my soul family group and POI, looking very sad and messaging me to be a part of that. Okay, interesting. Very, very visual. I know it's what we really want to do with yours. So if you do want to have like a affirmation, Watch Geeks, bringing these spiritual things into physical, you know, into the physical. It just seems to be the push. Jess, I'm also drawn to Egyptian gods and goddesses. Kevin, really want to get to know more about my Egyptian roots and rituals. Yes. We're a part of everything that is. I'm not sure if I was alive then or was regal. I want its energy in all positive ways. All power of her. Sadia, wonderful. Jess, it just seems 555. Okay, so we had 444 in the last one and then 555 here. Amazing. So we're guessing our angels are here, okay? For experiencing her energy and okay, so what we're going to do, so like I said, some of us will want to embody the gods and goddesses. So please, if you are drawn to any gods or goddesses, Qetesh, Sekhmet, Isis, Cleopatra, any energy, any powerful kind of figure, you know, in ancient Egypt, anyone that you kind of feel a connection to, the Ortons, there may be any other one that you do feel a connection to, as there was many gods, goddesses, powerful figures in Egypt. Maybe I've told you that you were Lyran and you came through a portal. You can focus on that maybe. But Lalima, hello. But yes, so you came just in time for the meditation anyway. So what we will do the meditation now. I'm going to do like symbolically cleanse you guys first. So we have where is the shell is missing. Oh my. Okay, so we have the shell. But I'm going to do a little incense. So this is white sage sacha. Like I told you guys, my favourite and the best incense brand is Sacha. So I'm going to use this, do a little cleanse first, just in case you need it or in case you weren't here on the last session. So I'm just going to do a little cleanse before our healing, for our ceremony. But please do let me know. So never say anything that is personal to you. So if I ask a question and the answer's personal to you, just don't answer, that's fine. But if you feel that you're going to embody a god or goddess in this ceremony, and you feel comfortable letting us all know which one you are going to embody, then I would love to know. Are you going to try to focus on Qetesh? Maybe you've never heard of Qetesh before and you wanted to see how that goes for you. Maybe you loved I know a lot of you guys loved Sekhmet in the last one. So maybe you love Sekhmet and you wanted to embody Sekhmet. But we're just going to do a little blank slate cleansing here. I know many of you guys felt a little blocked in the last one. So we'll just make sure you're cleansed there. So Lilima, because you only just joined, so we're doing ceremony, Blue Lotus ceremony, and we're going to do third eye and chakra healing, just cleansing at the moment. And remember, when we do ceremonies here, this is our focus space, and this is cleansed. Don't worry, I've already cleansed this. This is our focus space. There we are. Lilima says Isis. Wonderful. Yes. So actually, for that purpose, I have a beautiful Egyptian mirror with snakes on it and candle holders and everything. I always want to bring it on stream, but because it's a mirror, it's a bit strange on camera. So, because you can see my laptop. So I have Isis here. So I will put Isis here as well, my bigger Isis. Pulling on my cape there. You see her? So a bigger Isis will go there for anyone who's... I know we have Isis on the glass as well, the chalice, should I say? But yes, so we have Isis as well for anyone who wants to focus on Isis. So Isis, Jasmine, I'm going to focus on Qetesh. Wonderful. So I know some of you may have heard of her before, but she's just a lesser known. So if she's new to you, you might just want to see, does she come through for you? Does she resonate with you? Because it's nice to do that. When I did, I think the two that resonated the most for most people has been Angel Trumpet and Sekhmet. So it'd be interesting when we do this one to see, is it just the Egyptian gods and goddesses you guys are connected to? Or was it Sekhmet specifically, maybe? But yes, so like I said on the last stream, but for anyone who wasn't on the last stream, if you do feel you have a block, you say, I'm giving my block to Venus to release, okay? Or I give my block to Venus to release. That's our affirmation for releasing blocks right now. So there we are, a little bit of cleansing to begin with. I know you like a little bit of cleansing. So now what we're going to do is the sacral and third eye. So let's see what you guys have said here. So we have one on focus on Isis, one focus on... I should have got a picture, like a representation of Qetesh. Jess says, I'm not sure on a specific goddess or god, but can I open up to see which positive energies... Yes, absolutely, you can just open up. If you do remember, we're focusing on sacral and third eye mostly. So if you want to focus on being open in those areas specifically, that might help as well. But and if you do want to see a god or goddess come through, maybe your third eye might be the one to focus on. Pragati, Isis and Qetesh, but both save sensuality and ecstasy when I have a partner, and I'll focus on healing. Theodora, I don't know enough about all these goddesses to try to embody them. Qetesh sounds like one that I would resonate with. Yes, so if you feel that you need to go and do some research before you focus on anyone in ritual, in meditation and ritual, anything like that, of course, absolutely, do a bit of research first. Yeah, that's perfect. You don't have to feel like you're ready to embody any god or goddess. Always make sure that you're comfortable. So like I say, you don't have to say anything in chat that's personal to you, and if you feel uncomfortable with anything, you don't have to do it. You do not have to do it. So take what is good for you, take what resonates with you, take what you wish. And sometimes I think doing these sessions, it just sparks an interest, It just makes people think, oh, okay, I'm going to research that, going to do a little, digging around, and then they'll come to something that resonates with them. They'll be drawn to something that resonates with them. So sometimes it's just kind of, thought-provoking kind of thing. But we will begin now, so I will try my best to do my more relaxed, calm Venus voice. So a little bit similarly to the last stream, okay? So we are going to focus on whatever your focus is, okay? So embodying the god or goddess, maybe you've got a picture of them up there to look at, maybe you're focusing on Isis here, maybe you're focusing on sun god, sun goddess, and whatever you feel comfortable with. Maybe you're focusing on the energy of the Blue Lotus itself. Maybe you're focusing on your own sacral or your own third eye. I don't know why I went to my heart. Your own sacral, your own third eye. focus on whatever. So from everything we've said here, with the articles, with the discussion in the chat, whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever resonates with you. So take a few deep breaths. Take your time to have your focus. Maybe it takes you a little while to get into that energy, to get into that space. But you can take a few deep breaths. You can relax to the music, the sound of my voice as well, and a very important note for meditation. Life goes on around us. Sometimes we hear a police siren or something we don't really want to hear outside. Maybe someone is banging around upstairs or something like that. Try your best to allow any external noise that is not part of the meditation, allow it to still send you deeper into relaxation. Life goes on around me, and that is okay. It does not affect me. I am still in my space, regardless of external factors. So I'm just going to do these singing bowls and frequencies just for a moment. Please set your intentions, whatever they are. If you're embodying a god or goddess, if you're opening your chakras up to the frequencies, whatever your affirmation is. And remember, if you feel your block coming in, you say, I give my block to Venus to release. Then you do your best to bring your attention back to your focus, your affirmation, or your god or goddess. Getting mesmerised by the smoke there. Sadia says, I feel strong, blue, dusty, black energy, very powerful. So do you feel that that's positive energy? Do you feel that that's a release or positive energy with you? Does anybody else feel any sensations or have any visions or anything like that in that moment, that short meditation? And did anybody feel, so if you were wanting to connect with a god or a goddess or anything like that, did you feel connected? Did you feel you could connect? Did you feel drawn to anything else or resonating with anything? I'm so sorry. I am being really quiet. I'm so sorry. Sometimes when I do a trance meditation, I will do some instruments and I'll have a lot of smoke going. I was really almost going into a trance with that smoke then, which is good usually, but not for while I'm on stream. While I'm on stream, I need to be a bit more with it. So Dan says I was just very calm and relaxed. That's perfect, you know. Being calm and relaxed shows openness, shows receptivity, you know. So you're being receptive to the work, which is very good. Yeah, so just let me know if anyone. So those of you who were connecting with gods and goddesses, can you comment if anything came up for you? If it didn't, that's fine, don't worry. And Jan says 12:12. I did say in mid session there. I did say we're having all the angel numbers today. So we've had 444, we've had 555, we've had 1111, and we've had 1212 from different parts of the world. So that's very nice. Just says the sound bath always makes me feel like my whole body is pulsating, and my heartbeat suddenly becomes loud. It's like I'm actually moving. That sounds like the beginning of astral projection. So you may be, I think we all can astral project, but I do feel that we have different methods for exiting our body, you know. For some people, sound healing does do that. They just go somewhere. I do have some clients that do that in session. Yes, it was just 1818. Yes, it was. So yes, we're having all of the angel numbers today, so we know. I think the positive message that we can all take, regardless of our varying, you know, focuses and things like that, is that our angels are with us. So we are having our guides, our ancestors, our angels, our gods and goddesses. They are with us. They're welcoming us. They're saying that they're here, that they're happy for us to work with them. So yeah, I feel really positive about that. So feeling relaxed is amazing. That's really, if you're relaxed in the session, so don't get me wrong, everybody reacts differently. I think I said the other day in a stream, I have one client who, when I do a sound healing session, she becomes hyper, like right away. She loves it. She thinks it gives her energy. She's like really, she's just crazy after it, to be honest, but in a really good way, you know, like it's really sweet. But she gets a lot of energy, and I think that we all react differently. It affects our chakras in different ways. Perhaps hers are too slow, stagnant, so when they release she suddenly gets that energy, you know. So we're all different. So if you don't feel particularly relaxed, don't worry. But it is a sign of being receptive and being open. It's more common. It's more common than people who get quite hyper, to be honest. So Bugatti says sensuality in the sacral, but what is the purpose if I'm single? Okay, so regardless of any external factors, you know, friends, family, relationships, we still want all of our chakras to be balanced. We don't want to have blocks, unhealthy chakras, you know. We don't want to have blocks. We don't want to have stagnant energy. We don't want any issues in our chakras or anything like that. And, you know, the sacral isn't just for a relationship. So I know I'm really focusing on the intimate side of Blue Lotus, because I want to broaden its horizons. You know, I want people to know that, yeah, you can use it for your third eye, but you can also use it for your sacral. But the sacral is for creativity. The main things of the sacral is creativity and intimate connections. So sometimes when you have a release of a block in the sacral, you suddenly get a creative flow. You suddenly go back to something creative that maybe you tried in the past. You maybe even just have like a creative, it can be something new. You might be drawn to something new, you know. But yes, so the creative energy and intimate energy are the main parts of the sacral, and they're the positive sides, okay? But the more negative sides, if you are, so I know we've spoken about alcohol, I don't usually speak about it, and I try not to speak about things that might be sensitive for some people, because, you know, there's a lot of problems with alcohol. I totally, you know, feel that some people take it too far, it's encouraged, it is encouraged, you know, it's not entirely the fault of the person. It's very encouraged in a lot of cultures to drink a lot, you know. But if you are, so the sacral does also, like I say, with the solar plexus holds anxiety, each sacral holds some negative traits as well that people can tap into and try to get out of. And the sacral does have the addictive kind of energy there, so people with addictive personalities might have a block in their sacral, and that's why part of their personality is addictive traits. So if you know, I know that alcohol can be a sensitive topic for some people. If it is for you, maybe you have a block in the sacral that needs to be released. So we can release, and don't forget, addictive, you know, traits aren't always rarely serious, like drugs and alcohol. It might just be a negative habit that you have that you can't quite release. But releasing addictive traits is part of the sacral, creativity is another part of the sacral, and intimate connection. So all chakras are important for the individual person, you know, whose system it is. It's not just about connecting with a partner. Although sometimes when we remove a block in the sacral, we then find it easier to connect with our intimate connections. You know, if they have a block, maybe you remove their block, and then it's easier to connect. And it can amplify, work on the sacral can amplify our external sensual energies. So I know I talk about different kind of energies like minor chakras, external energies, but external energies are those energies that people pick up on. So when you have, let's say, throat chakra activations, you might suddenly realise people are more drawn to you, talk to you, communicate with you. When your sacral is very bright and vibrant and you're kind of radiating that energy, you might find you get more love interest, you know, very heightened external energies that attract love interest. So yeah, but yes, all the chakras are good for the individual as well, it's not just about the relationship, basically. So let's see here. Kevin says, I felt like the surrounding becoming more blue and misty. Oh, so we have two, blue and misty. Okay, interesting. Really connecting with that blue of the, you know, Blue Lotus. So I felt like Qetesh tried to reach out and offer me a hand. That's amazing, you know. And I think it's interesting that Kevin is very connected when we do Egyptian ceremony. So we did Sekhmet, and I think Kevin really resonated there. And then of course this is another Egyptian one. is that because you're very connected to that past life in Egypt, you know? And I think as well, because you were an occultist there, so you were an occultist, you held ceremonies, you know, it might be interesting to do like some past life kind of work where you connected to the portals, where you know, did you have some higher esoteric knowledge? You may have, being an occultist in that time, you may have had some esoteric knowledge that you can tap into now. So you may come to profound realizations, the gods and goddesses might connect with you easier because of that past life. Theodora, after the Reiki yesterday I couldn't sleep. I have slept only 4 hours and now with the sounds I feel so relaxed. Oh, I'm really sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's difficult when we can't sleep. The awakened one. You're awakened. Procrastinators each to their own respect or just be safe. Yes. Just be safe. I think it's all about being responsible and safe at all times. Making sure you're always cleansing, making sure you're not doing anything, I don't know, that could be damaging to you, you know? But I'm really happy with most of you guys think you felt relaxed. Not very surprised about Kevin, but perhaps when you go away, if you do any of your own meditations or anything like that, perhaps then you could work on building that connection more with Qetesh. That would be really amazing. I'm wondering, so I'm going to continue a little bit with what time are we on? Half 6, that's fine. So I'm going to continue on with a little bit more sound ceremony. So if you're happy to stay, if you wanted to stay, then that would be amazing. It's interesting that you're saying couldn't sleep because it was solar plexus Reiki, wasn't it? And solar plexus it kind of heightens, when we release a block in the solar plexus, we can heighten things like motivation and energy. So if you have low mood, low energy, low motivation, that's usually solar plexus. So I'm not saying that you're not motivated, I'm just, you know, explaining everything that's in there. And when you have a release there, you have work there, those traits might heighten, you know, even accidentally might heighten. So I hope you get a nice sleep tonight, I really hope you do. But yes, so I'm going to continue on with some sound ceremony for a little bit longer. Very welcome to stay. If you are going to stay, please put a heart in the chat to let me know that you're going to stay. Will only be maybe 10 minutes or something more. But if you did feel like you are getting a connection, try to go back to that. And then I'll have a short break and then I'll come back with Crystal Ball. So yes, look out for your notifications because as soon as I've ate, I'm a little bit hungry now. I will come back for Crystal Ball for a little bit. So, but yes, please put a heart in the chat if you are going to stay for a little bit, and I will continue on. Do look out for those notifications as well. This isn't the right tool for this ball. Some food. I will be soon as well. vervain a lot. So I'm just going to place a little bit of this into each ball, into the water. So protection of your third eye. I would do a drop for each person that did a heart. I think that's best. Kevin, Brigatti, Jasmine, Jan, Theodora. Protection of the third eye. Protection of the heart. So we have the heart here. Kevin, Brigatti, Jasmine, Jan, Theodora, and Sadia. Sadia, I'll do your third eye as well. Sadia. And now we will do protection of the sacral. So, Kevin, Brigatti, Jasmine, Jan, Theodora, and Sadia. So you each have a drop of vervain for your protection. So you can get this vervain as a tea, but I do prefer tincture. Just bear in mind, I believe the extraction is alcohol. So do bear that in mind if you're getting your own. Of course you only have like a drop in there, but it is an alcohol. It says grape alcohol, but I think they're usually brandy in there. Or is brandy grape? I'm not sure. Jam your throat. Okay, I will do some throat chakra frequencies. If you can, I know you're busy. If you can, just take some deep breaths as I do these frequencies. And if you can, I will take my time just in case you're a bit busy. You can hear my stomach rumbling now. But just take some deep breaths. So this is available for everyone as well. Throat chakra at the moment, so I want to focus on your throat opening. The throat chakra is very important for communication. And even if we are working with our third eye and our crown for connection to gods, goddesses, whatever it might be, spirit guides, we still want our communication channels open. We still want the throat chakra to be clear and positive. So if you are particularly relaxed, or you kind of went away somewhere, just really take your time coming back, okay? There's no rush or anything like that. Just take your time. Recollect your thoughts, anything that came up for you. Did incorporate some cleansing or some grounding there. So I do hope that you guys feel a bit more perhaps holistically worked on, you know? And Jan, if you are with us, my stomach. Jan, if you are with us, please let me know if you took a few deep breaths for the fruit chakra sounds, and how is everyone feeling? Because if you are feeling a bit ungrounded, if you're feeling anything particularly now, I will just go back into those frequencies for you. But if not, then we'll finish up to be ready for crystal ball, which is somewhere. There it is. Get some myself on fire. Things are a bit more cluttered than usual of my spiritual things and sound healing things, because we're moving. I had to bring forth everything that couldn't go in boxes right away, because I need them, so they're everywhere now, fortunately, or fortunately, I suppose. Excuse me for the noise. Just moving the balls a little bit. And what I wanted to see, let's see, if I could put the ball here, if that would be any good. Because it's visible there, so I think that might be nice. But I would need to get a bit comfortable. Sorry, excuse me. I'm quite happy with our altar, you see. Very happy with it. So perhaps there's a way for me to read like this. I don't like everything being in shot though. Could do crystal ball like this, I think. And I will get some cards. So we have love cards. Still very in love with the Druid Wisdom. So we do have Druid Wisdom. And I will choose one more deck as well. So Druid Wisdom, which I love. Heart. Chakra, which you guys love. And I will choose one more deck here. I have tons. I've put a few, but I've put some new ones that I'm not resonating with yet. Away for us moving. Oh, Shaman's Dream. I love these ones actually. I am connected to those, so I might use those too. Feel very thirsty. Did you take some deep breaths for the throat chakra? Because that might help. If anyone does have any throat issues at the moment, I can do the throat frequency for a little bit longer. if you want to take some deep breaths for that. How do you guys feel about, in terms of grounding, because I did some grounding through the gong and some root chakra frequencies there. Does anyone feel a bit better with that or notice anything? I'm a real genius, so I do connect with the sound very much. Hello Aries, hello and welcome. Jasmine says get a pic with you in it, you look great as well. Thank you. What I might do is screenshot on the video when I can watch it back and screenshot it. I want to get the snake in though. If I could get the snake in and the necklace, I think that would be nice. Yeah, maybe I take the cape off. I love wearing a cape for ceremonies though, you know. Feels very traditional and oldie. Let's see. I want the snake in as well. I think maybe with the incense. I'm posing for a picture now. Trying my best to get the talisman in. Okay, I'll stop with the being vain now. But thank you, Jasmine. That's a really nice compliment, and I do like, when you do an altar, sometimes it does look so beautiful, and sometimes when I do an altar, I have to change it to something else, but I get so attached to the elements that I've put on there. So yeah, I rarely resonate with, it being beautiful, looking really nice. So, Bugatti says I would like a reading. Aries says greetings. Are there any blessings that the Blue Lotus can give me today? I'm so sorry, Aries, you're late to the session, but you're very welcome to go back, and this is totally replayable. You're very welcome to go back. I talked all about Qetesh, the goddess Qetesh, Blue Lotus, the kind of history, what it used to be used for, and things like that. And I spoke about its connection with the third eye and the sacral and everything like that. I believe my article's in the description of this video, which that's what I read. I read my own article, but you're very welcome to go back and, listen to all of that. And also, the frequencies can be used again. So if you want to go back and join in to the meditation in your own time, you're very welcome to do that. That goes for Aries, that also goes for anybody else that wants to go back to those frequencies. I think it's nice when you know, okay, that was third eye, that was sacral, we did a bit of grounding, when you know what's in there and you can focus on those areas. So Jasmine says I feel great with grounding. I usually don't because I like to be up there, but when I do it, yes. So that's similar with me. Like when I was doing something with the smoke there, I started to feel like I was going to go into trance, which maybe I will video that one day if I feel confident enough to, like me going journeying and maybe channeling something. But I want to try and be a little bit more in control when I was streaming, so I had to pull myself out of it. May have been an interesting experience though. Yes, so it's totally playbackable. It's totally rewatchable, I should say. I think that's a real word. So it's totally rewatchable. You're very welcome to go back. So I have set up the crystal ball. I think I am going to do it different today. I think I am going to do it here. And I think I may keep the headdress as well. Like Jasmine said, it's a very beautiful altar, so yeah, I don't want to put it away just yet. So just to end the whole ceremony and everything we've done, I know we've done a lot of protection, we've done a lot of, clearing and protection, tincture bells for clearing, the smoke for clearing, protection with the vervain. I did protection for everyone that was left. Oh, Aries, let me just do Aries, some vervain for Aries. So this is just to make sure you have protection as well as us. So this is Aries, heart chakra protection, Aries, third eye protection, and Aries, sacral protection. And Aries as well, I don't know if you've gone back already, but in the last stream, the affirmation stream, I did draw affirmation for you. So I know you weren't there, but I still did the affirmation for you. Okay, so Kevin says it felt peaceful and grounding, also felt it in my sacral this time. Wonderful. Sadia says, yes, I take it now, I'm okay. Oh, good, I'm glad. Yeah, so Aries, you don't necessarily have to go back to the affirmation one. You can if you want to, but I focused on your affirmation for you. So, you're very welcome. Jan says, okay, breakfast is done, I'm able to be responsive. Jan, did you take some deep breaths for the throat chakra? Just let me know. Just let me know that. Say, yes, I took some deep breaths, or no, I didn't. Preti says, I'm always protected. Yes, we should feel this. Aries says, thank you so much, Venus. Greatly appreciate you. You're very, very welcome, of course. We'll never forget you, Aries. So, let's see. So I'll just take a moment to see if Jan took some deep breaths for the throat chakra, and if she did not, I will just do the throat chakra quickly again. Going to come back for crystal ball. I'll just get something to eat because I am hungry, but I'll keep this set up. I do agree with Jasmine, it's very, very cute. So I won't be too long. We will have a crystal ball today, just so you know. Aries says, that means so much to me. I had something kind of bad that happened to me regarding my job today. I'm sure to tell you. I'll be sure to tell you. Yes, let me know. Absolutely. I'm very sorry to read that, so do let me know. And we will do what we can. So, I think we haven't done a money spell since the 1st of January, I think. It's only January now? No, it's February. Sorry, guys. When you go like out of time and interdimensionally, it can be difficult to keep track of time. That's my excuse. So, yeah, so we're kind of due, in about 2 weeks, we're due an abundance spell. So we will see. We maybe focus more on protection in that one, maybe. Thank you, Leon. I worked for a company for almost 6 years and they let a bunch of... Oh my gosh. Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely do something about that. I'll definitely do, you know, in my own prayers, my own meditations, we'll definitely focus on Aries there. Our last day is April 15th, so I'll have to find new work. Okay, so you have some time at least, so we will focus on that. So this is where, I know I keep you guys symbols for the abundance spell, but this is where the symbols are living, they're living symbols, so we can put new focuses in them. So perhaps Aries might change her focus from, you know, whatever it might have been to this new job, you know, really focus. So because it's a living symbol, as long as it's abundance and root chakra based, you can change your intention in it. So let's say, so in that scenario, you would focus on getting a new job. Perhaps maybe you're being evicted, or you're between having a house, you know, then we put that into the symbol. So anything that's root chakra based, security, home, work, anything like that, we can just keep adding new and different, changing our intentions in the symbol as long as it's root chakra based. So we'll make sure to do something for that in about 2 weeks time. If that's good for everyone. Try to absolutely stay positive. We will focus on a higher path for you, and I trust the universe will bless me with a new job. Yes, I do too, and you're very welcome as well. So I will keep that in my meditations and prayers. So love, light and blessings to each of you. I will come back for crystal ball very shortly. I will just get something to eat. So hope you can make that. I'm going to keep this set up. I may even wear this headdress because I'm just feeling it. So love, light and blessings to each of you. If you were late and you want to go back, do please feel free to, or perhaps read the article if you want to choose something like that. But if you want to kind of get involved and join in meditation a little bit, then yes, very welcome to go back. But yes, so love, light and blessings to each of you. Do let me know if you continue to connect with the god or goddess that you've connected with today. Do let me know if you go on and you do anything, Blue Lotus, if you focus on Blue Lotus yourself, you get it yourself, you have a lucid dream, something like that, please do let me know. I'd be very, very grateful to know. Aries says, I'll see you in the next live stream. Yes, so I'm not going to be too long. I don't want to give a time because I was late today, but probably will be, I'm going to say an hour and a half because I don't really think I'll be longer than an hour, but we will see. It's not going to be a long crystal ball though, that's what I will say. It's not going to be too long. I'm going to spend a good chunk of evening with Leon, so it will be maybe an hour and a half, something like that, crystal ball. So love, light and blessings, and I will see you soon. Love, light and blessings.